You are really going to have such a beautiful and quite emotional moment right at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. You know that somebody who is very close to you, or somebody who is so important to you, they are gonna do, that person is gonna do something, you know, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna say something to you, or they're gonna do something, and then you're gonna realize how much do you mean to this person, and also you're gonna go like all emotional, but in a beautiful way, and you're gonna realize the specific roles certain people play in your life. And at that moment in time, something really beautiful, something really gorgeous is going to happen. A huge amount of negative energy is going to shift. And you know why? Because this is going to happen through the power of your emotions, through the power of love. This world, it's all about love. It's all about our spirituality. It's all about our passion. All these energies are playing absolutely massive role on who we are, what we do, how we feel, and most importantly, which direction we actually take in life. Okay, so this in itself is gonna play such a massive role on your spiritual journey without you even realizing. So first of all, you're gonna have I feel so good, you know, I feel so nice, I feel so beautiful, but without realizing, this is in itself going to open your eyes, and most importantly, it's going to open your third psychic eye. And this in itself, it's ever so needed, because we reconnect with ourselves at these sacred moments indeed. So very shortly after that beautiful emotional moment, you know, something really interesting is going to happen. You're gonna discover something. You're gonna discover something completely out of the blue, something that was always around you, something that was always there, something that was always very close to you, like almost in front of you. But sometimes the most important things in life are in front of our face, but we don't even notice them. Why? Because there are other things that are affecting us, there are other things that are affecting our vibration. So now this is why this emotional moment is going to be so important, because one of the energies, negative energies that are going to be shifted, are going to reveal just that. So very soon after that moment in time, you are going to really discover something, you know, like something very special to you, something that was always there, but only now you're going to feel such a strong connection. And this is your time, this is going to be a sign that you need to kind of like make the necessary step. And this step, you will know exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because it's going to be absolutely obvious, like there is no tomorrow. What you're going to discover and what you're going to realize, it's a lot about you feeling inspired at the same time, like, oh my God, like you haven't been inspired in ages. But it's also a lot about a limitless potential. So it's something that was always there, but only now you're going to realize what a potential this actually has, this actually will have on your life. And then you're going to remember also someone, like within the last few weeks, trying to say something to you or talking about it. You're going to be able to connect the dots and realize that there is a very specific reason why are you now suddenly remembering what somebody said to you. And this is when things are going to start becoming very, very interesting to you, and you are going to instantly raise your vibration, raise your energy, and on top of that, you're going to end up with so many ideas, like what you want to do with your life, and especially when it comes to your near future. This is important, because every single step of the way, while you're doing this, only while you're thinking about it, you are going to be healing yourself as well. So don't be surprised with the actual amount of energy you are going to have when it comes to your physicality, but also when it comes to your spirituality as well. This is not only going to inspire you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. This is not only going to inspire you, but it's also like going to really kind of help you to let go of things that you should let go, and also it's going to help you to kind of have a new perspective into your life. This is bringing a whole new perspective into your life. Very enlightening moment in time where you're going to start seeing things in a completely different light. Okay, and this is absolutely brilliant. And you can also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, what you also need to understand that this is going to lead towards so much love and harmony. And when it comes to like you feeling that strong connection with the actual people around you, people who mean to you so much and people who are in your life. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that you didn't have a connection with the people in your life. Don't get me wrong. But you're just going to enter the whole new dimension where everything is going to kind of start shining really brightly. And this is beautiful. I cannot really explain this to you until you kind of reach that moment in time. And once that happens, you are really going to get a strength. Especially when it comes to this is going to reflect on your passion, it's going to reflect on your values, it's going to reflect on the fact that you do need to kind of pay attention to alignment in your life at this moment in time. And at the same time, this is going to lead towards you kind of having control back in your life. What you need to understand when it comes to that inspiration, when I said you're going to have this inspiration, something is going to inspire this discovery that you are going to have. This in itself is going to make you learn new things about yourself, but it's also, I have to be honest here with you, like I always am, you are going to need to kind of like learn something further. This is not something like you can just kind of take it on and see where it's going to take you. No, baby, no. This is first of all to kind of like it's connected to the learning experience, and that the amount of things that you're going to learn, and not just about what discovery you had, what inspired you, but this is also like kind of gonna help you to see the light in a completely to see your life in a completely different light. In exactly 2 months time after this moment in time, you're gonna make enormous decision that is going to change your life for literally forever. One of the biggest decisions of your life you're gonna make in exactly 2 months time after this moment in time. And guess what, it's all beginning here right now. So you must not ignore this, because this is something which is going to turn your life around in the best possible way. But it's also, you need to understand the direct result of your own manifestation. It is time to bloom, my gorgeous Sagittarini. It is your time now. This is like going to bring so many different turning points, but you need to understand the importance of you needing to learn something first, okay? So when you become aware of what you're going to discover, this in itself is going to require from you to learn, and it's all about like a learning how to implement and doing things, so this is really important for you to remember. And even when I take an oracle card right now, look, for example, when I take an oracle card, especially when it comes to you needing to learn, you can jump into it if you want, but no, baby, no, it is not something that I advise. This is important for you to kind of see what do you need to learn, because it is going to reflect on, look at this, even more inspiration. Look at this. While you're learning, this is going to inspire you more and more and more. And it's important when it comes to the cycle of our spiritual journey, because by you taking one step at a time and learning, you are going to start at the beginning, and you're going to learn things that you could have only dreamt of. There is so much that you're going to learn that you cannot possibly guess now, even if you are, I don't know who. There is no way what you're going to learn that you will know what you're going to learn and what are you going to actually realize way beyond what this is all about. It's going to take you on a completely different level of your own spirituality, and at the same time, you are going to start at the beginning, and you're going to work your way towards the right path instead. And if you would have just jumped into it without like kind of going through this learning process here, then you would start at the end and you wouldn't have any other way to work towards. So you would just be going backwards. I really hope this understands, that this makes sense, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And also, someone is going to be a little bit annoying at the beginning of this week as well. Nothing to do with what I've just said right now, but someone is really going to challenge you. Someone is really going to try to wind you up. Someone is going to try to kind of have a disagreement with you. And once that happens, it's important to rise above this situation. All you need to do is just try to walk away from this. Do not kind of bite back whatsoever. The bottom line is, what are you going to understand and what are you going to learn here? You can just respond to this person. There is something not quite right with this person when it comes to something that's going on in their life, and I think that they're going to try to take certain things out on you. So I really do strongly feel that this is a lot to do with somebody who is very, very close to you, but you're still going to be affected, like what they're going to say or what they're going to do, but you shouldn't take it personal, because there is a lot going on in this person's life, or at least they think, oh my God, so much is going on. So I wouldn't take this personal. Just smile on your face and move on. But there is something else that you're going to learn once that disagreement happens. This is where things are going to get interesting. You're going to realize some kind of restriction. And you're going to realize that, there was a lot of negative thoughts that you actually had because of this person. And don't get me wrong, this can be someone really nice, or this can be someone kind of really horrible, but not necessarily. I don't think it's somebody horrible. I just think it's somebody in your life it's not no one horrible. I think it's somebody who is in your life, like your family member, but because of that, or a friend, very close friend, but for some reason, because of that person transferred like a huge amount of negative energy on you without you even realize. You ended up being negative and thinking negatively for quite a while now. So what's important here, that somehow you're going to realize this. This is why this disagreement is really important, because it's all happening at the time of a spiritual enlightenment. So I'm not surprised about this whatsoever, but for some reason you're gonna realize, my gorgeous Sagittarini, like that, how negative you were, and you're gonna realize that you were shadowing yourself because of this. And you're also going to realize, as I said, like some kind of restriction, and that restriction was most importantly like preventing you from developing yourself. It was preventing you from having a really huge accomplishment, and it was preventing you to grow, and it was preventing you to like kind of understand that now it's time for action, which means that one specific person has caused a lot of worries, and you need to snap out of it. Maybe it's to do with your younger child or something. It doesn't have to be necessarily a younger child, but maybe it's to do with like a child, or somebody like that. But you just, what's really important is that you're actually going to snap out of it. You're going to snap out of it, and this is absolutely brilliant. And you are actually going to snap out of it on time, because sometimes people just get lost, in their own lives, because they're just trying to help to someone so badly, or they're trying to prove certain point to somebody who is maybe a little bit lost, and then very often people can actually lose themselves in as well. And if you lose yourself while you're trying to help to somebody else, well, you know what I mean. You're not helping anyone. And this is why it's important to snap out of it. By snapping out of it, you're going to stand firm at the time and stand strong at the time when this person may really need you for something major later on. When that person may really need you to be strong for something major later on. So this is why this is so important. But also on another hand, this was restricting you. And this happens in life. It happens to all of us, and maybe it could even be your friend, like a best friend who's going through something really kind of dark dark and negative, and you didn't realize how much this actually affected you. So the most important thing here is that you are indeed going to snap out of it. This is going to help you so much to make choices from the heart later on, my gorgeous Sagittarini, but it's also going to reflect on your health. I know it sounds crazy, but it's going to reflect on your health as well. So after this moment in time, you will notice that the certain ailment that was bothering you for a while now is just going to feel so much better, you know, and this is nothing surprising, because, you know, every single part of our body is connected to something, you know, something that's going on in the spirit, within the spiritual realm. So this is nothing unusual, you know. So this is why this is going to be so important. I would call this as a rather powerful and sacred moment indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, pa-para-pam, para-pam, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, Sagittarini, Sagittarini, Sagitterini, raise your vibration, Sagitterini, Sagitterini, pam 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 pam, pam param pam pam pam, para pam para pam, pa 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 pararam, pam 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 pam. Pam param pam 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 pam, para pam pa 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 pararam. Sagittarini, Sagittarini, Sagitterini, pam param pam pam. Pam param pam 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 para pam para pam 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 pam. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Sagittarini. You're gonna need it to be raised throughout this week in the best possible way. Now, when it comes to the actual mid part of this week, there is this wonderful man. Somebody is very powerful, somebody very strong, somebody equally emotional. Somebody who is equally emotional and equally successful when it comes to their work, somebody who's very spiritual, but somebody who doesn't come across as a spiritual person. This person is really spiritual and very open-minded, but this person tend to keep things to themselves, and only those people who really know this person well, they understand how spiritual this person is. So it's somebody who's very emotionally balanced. This man is really going to inspire you. You're gonna hear something this man saying, and this is going to catch your attention. You know, you're not gonna be able to ignore this whatsoever. You're gonna realize exactly what do you need to do, what do you have to do, what do you must do. And it's about maybe you holding on to something a little bit too much. It's about letting go of something and moving on, but it's also about you reaching a much deeper level of understanding when it comes to the fact that you need to give in order to receive. This in itself is going to be a very, very positive and beautiful experience when it comes to you, and it's going to have a wonderful impact on your life. This is brilliant because it's almost going to lead towards you wanting to have a rebirth, and like you feeling like you are having a spiritual rebirth. This is fantastic because it's going to be like aha moment, like, oh my God, this is brilliant, and even more so, only a couple of days later, this in itself is going to reveal to you which kind of steps do you need to make when it comes to something that you've been working on for a while, something that was on your mind for so long. Just a couple of days later, this in itself is going to lead towards you understanding because of this and realizing which steps do you need to make, do you need to take when it comes to something that you kind of something that you've stumbled upon with, but it means to you so much, but you were just so unsure unsure like what to do at this stage, just a couple of days later, you will know exactly which steps do you need to take. Of course that this is going to be really, really important, because it's going to lead towards the new venture, new venture, baby. It's always good. The more ventures you have in your life, the better your life is actually going to be, the more colorful and the more happier life you're actually going to live. And also when it comes to the actual mid-week, you know, you are gonna become aware of the certain events, and these events that you're gonna become aware of is just so important for you to understand that you have to trust your instincts. You have to trust your instincts, and your instincts are gonna tell you that you need to kind of do this as quick as you can. But on another hand, what you're gonna hear is like, oh, I can do this later. No, baby, no. You have to follow your instincts when you become aware of these events, and you need to go for them immediately. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, by the time you get to the last part of this week, oh my God, you're gonna have such a good news. Like, I don't even know what to say. Even my plantinis are like shaking. Look, it's shaking. I'm not doing anything. It's not shaking. Yeah, I'm just joking. Yeah, it's like a basic new. You are going to have this amazing news, and this news is gonna make you feel so happy. This is a direct result of your hard work, but at the same time, it's gonna make you feel so happy, like you want to celebrate. Literally, you are gonna feel like, oh my God, I'm so lucky, like a good luck is on your side. But this is a direct result of your karma, and it's direct result of a life cycle this is bringing to you. This is a part of your destiny, but it's also most certainly the beginning of change, the beginning of a turning point in your life. This is an inevitable fate when it comes to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and this is going to be completely unpredictable. I like unpredictable things, especially when they bring something good, something new, and something positive into our lives, which is going to make us feel so much happier. This in itself is going to help you to regain power, strength, and control. Sagittarini, you see what I mean now? And this in itself, it's also gonna make you realize, you're gonna remind yourself, now suddenly you're gonna go all deep, and you're also gonna remind yourself like of some kind of painful ending, something that happened, you know, within the last maybe year or the last couple of years, some kind of painful ending. And now you're gonna what a deep wounds this actually left on your life, and it's almost as if you felt betrayed by the certain person or certain people, and only you being reminded of this is gonna make you realize that you are having a different way of thinking about it. You know, before you would be like, oh no, I don't even want to think about it, and now you're gonna realize, oh my God, I'm seeing this in a different light. And now this is gonna be a sign that your courage is coming back, you know, your focus is coming back, you know, zest for life, it's about to come back, determination and happiness, it's about to come back. So now you're going to find yourself in this absolutely mind-blowing mode when it comes to a mind-blowing mode and mood when it comes to you being super ambitious, you know. Sorry, you're going to find yourself being action orientated, you know, you're going to find yourself being driven to succeed, you know, you're going to be thinking really fast on top of that, and at the same time, you know, you are going to start to reconnect with your own spirituality, and now suddenly there are going to be certain things on your mind that you haven't done in absolute ages. Indeed, I mean, this is a brilliant, and and that, you know, when I say that you're going to feel like ambitious, action orientated, just couple of days later, within the next couple of days, you are going to have this idea, and this idea, it's going to be brilliant, because this idea that you are going to have, it's really gonna improve your life so much in so many different ways. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, just remember one thing: never ever underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. Never ever underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. I want you to remember this, because this is exactly the stage of your life you are going to be facing. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.